Coffee Talk. I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace, 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 and welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. And tonight, we have a great show in store. Tonight, we're going to dive into the book, Think and Grow Rich in the Law of Success by author Napoleon Hill. I'm your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is the Cultural Variety Podcast show, Coffee Talk Podcast. Welcome to the show, everyone. Peace, 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 and blessings to you. All right, we are back. Another cultural studies night. Tonight is December 18th, and them badass kids is getting ready to be off for winter break. That means you can't sleep your man over no more, your second man or your third man, or the mailman or the cable guy. These badass kids gonna be home playing PlayStation. I'm the type of motherfucker that run out the window like the boy getting on boys' hood. What was the boy's name again? I forgot, man. I forgot what the dude's name was, man. Furies of Style's son, Trey. Trey had to run out the window. When the mother came home, y'all remember that? Boys in the hood. Shout out to Ice Cube. All right, so listen, this is Coffee Talk Podcast, a cultural variety podcast show. Like I stated, it is M. Saba, and it's our cultural variety podcast show. So tonight, we got a great show lined up. A great read. It's very short. It's going to take about 10 minutes of your time and then probably another 10 minutes because you want to definitely get involved in the dialogue and let us know what your thoughts are. You know what I'm saying? But if this is your first time tuning into our show, we never start the show without giving you the wise words as well as the flavor of the night. So let's go ahead and get right into that, shall we? Excuse me. All right. So tonight's wise words, or actually tonight's flavor. Tonight's flavor, we're going to make it real easy for you. Go ahead and let us know what you sipping on tonight. What is your flavor? But tonight's flavor, again, because we up in the north right now, and no, we don't have no snow, but it's cold tonight. So I would tell you this, go ahead and grab you a hot chocolate, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind that you choose from wherever you buy it, but grab you a hot chocolate tonight and cozy up with somebody. Grab yourself a body. You know what I'm talking about? You get yourself warm though. It's wintertime, no doubt. But whatever you drinking on tonight, whether it's water, wine, a smoothie, a coffee, a cappuccino, a beer, a mudslide, I don't care what it is, whatever you sipping on, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Let us know you're here. Let us know that you support Coffee Talk Podcast. And we here, man. We here tonight. Coffee Talk Podcast, a cultural variety podcast show. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right. And so the wise words for tonight, because you know we never start our show without giving you the wise words. We can't do that. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna do that. But tonight's wise words comes from a philanthropist, a big mama, so we say, a great author, a great writer, a great poet. She was born on April 4th, 1928, and she went to the Essence May 28, 2014. Her real name is Marguerite Annie Johnson, but you know her as Maya Angelou, also author of the book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Tonight's wise words is this. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion and some compassion, some humor, and some style. I'm going to say it again. Maya Angelou's wise words is, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. These are the words of our very own ancestor, Miss Maya Angelou. What's up? Come on in, tune in, come on in. It's Coffee Talk Podcast. You know how we get down. We give you that flavor. You know what I'm saying? We give you that flavor because we are the culture. We are the new media. We don't care for old media. We are tired of going to old media, and our culture is getting ran down in the media. Every time you turn the channel, it's cops chasing melanated people, or it's showing us in our losses, or is it showing our athletes going to jail, or our entertainers going to jail, and it doesn't give us enough intellect. It doesn't feed us like a plant's supposed to be fed. It doesn't give us growth. So what do? You come here to Coffee Talk Podcast, where you can get the flavor and your culture. All right, let's go ahead and dive right on in. This is from the book Think and Grow Rich and the Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I don't know if you can see that. Nah, green screen's blocking it, but you definitely can look that book up. It's a short read tonight. And let me know what your thoughts are on the read. Again, it's very short. We're going to keep it short. And there's some things that's going to pop out. And, we'll pause for a moment and we'll talk about that. Tonight on Coffee Talk Podcast, we discuss Chapter 7, Organized Planning by Napoleon Hill. Let's go ahead and dive into it, shall we? It begins with the crystallization of desire into action. The crystallization of desire into action. The sixth step towards riches. You have learned that everything man creates or acquires begins in the form of desire. That desire is taken on the first lap of his journey from the abstract to the concrete, into the workshop of the imagination, where plans for its transition are created and organized. In this chapter 2, you are instructed to take 6 definite practical steps as your first move in translating the desire for money into its monetary equivalent. One of these steps is the formation of a definite practical plan or plans through which this transformation may be made. You will now be instructed on how to build plans which will be practiced. Let's go ahead and dive in and how we be organized. How can we be organized? Let's go ahead and dive in. Here we go. Ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and carrying out of your plan or plans. For the accumulation of money, making use of the mastermind principle described in the later chapter, compliance with this instruction is absolutely essential. Do not neglect it. So ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and carrying out of your plan or plans. Number 2, before forming your mastermind alliance, decide what advantages and benefits you may offer the individual members of your group in return for their cooperation. No one will work indefinitely without some form of compensation. No intelligent person will either request or expect another to work without adequate compensation, although this may not always be in the form of money. I want to pause right there because this is what I'm talking about. You can't keep expecting just because you have friends or associates that they could do something for free. And even though they may do it for you because of the love they have for you, it's always wise and intelligent to go ahead and offer something in return. Whether that is money, hey, let me give you some gas money. Or, you did something for me last week, I'm going to go ahead and do something for you. I'll watch your kids this week. Or something like that, tick for tack. But not tick for tack in the triggering and negative wordplay, but just, like the barter system. That's called courtesy. That is called respect. And that's how you grow. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that out. Let's jump to number 3. Arrange to meet with the members of your mastermind group at least twice a week or more often if possible until you have jointly perfected the necessary plan or plans for the accumulation of money. So your goal is to go ahead and start coming up with different ways, monetized ways to make more money from different angles. Well, what are you doing? Are you linking up with mentors? Are you joining small business group classes? Are you doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable so that you can gain a positive outcome, a positive result? Because sometimes you have to do things that are uncomfortable. Sometimes, just for example, and just to simplify things, you might have just $150 enough to get you that LLC, but you might not have no way there. But you want that LLC so much you're willing to go catch the train, or you're willing to take an Uber or a Lyft, or even willing to walk if you're within distance of getting to the Secretary of State. I'm just using these as an example. Because the plan or plans is for you to accumulate money, right? And so one of those ways to do that, again, is to ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and carrying out of your plan or plans. You want to throw a party. How many people do you need? Do you want to put Junebug or so-and-so at the door when they known for taking money out the pot? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know how to organize as well as distribute who you want where, as far as jobs, security? Can you trust a brother being your security that you've never seen, who's really unproven to you as a security guard? Some of y'all make that mistake because you're greedy. And you don't really care about your insurances and all that. So you will hire a dude that wants to be security and his ass don't have no social skills, no communication skills. But his name is whatever it is. Blue Knight Special, 38, Smith, whatever. 45, whatever. Just having fun with it. Let's continue. Organized planning. And number 4, maintain perfect harmony between yourself and every member of your mastermind group. Why? If you fail to carry out this instruction to the letter, you may expect to meet with failure. The mastermind principle cannot obtain where perfect harmony does not prevail. So again, maintain proper harmony between yourself and every member. As soon as you start doing the big you and the little we's and all that stuff, it's not going to work out. Make sure that you are using, or not just using, but make sure you are sharing time with each member, and the goal is to uplift each other. The goal is to make sure that everyone has a voice. The goal is to make sure that they feel important and valuable. If your plans are to work, This lessens the creation of envy, jealousies within group. Let's continue. First, you are engaged in an undertaking of major importance to you. To be sure of success, you must have plans which are faultless. Second, you must have the advantage of the experience, the education, the native ability, and the imagination of other minds. This is in harmony with the methods followed by every person who has accumulated a great fortune. No individual has sufficient experience, education, native ability, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation of other people. So right there, when you hear people say the ignorant tales or share their traumas of, it won't work, it won't work, they're casting on their failures onto you. And if you're paying attention, it's going to get on you. And you ain't going to be able to succeed because you got too many people that have negative energy around you that ain't going to allow you to uplift. They're not willing to put a business together with you, but they're willing to talk shit about you and anybody else that would give them an ear. They can come on social media and talk crazy and do this, but they can't get together for anything positive. It's a struggle. So again, I just want to say this as we almost get to the end. As Napoleon Hill has stated here, it states, no individual has sufficient experience, education, native ability, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation of other people. So when people say, I don't need nobody, get away from them. Because everybody needs somebody. That's the domino effect. Everybody needs somebody. That's how you network. When you network with people, especially people you don't know or who roam in the same areas of you, you never know where they can take you. The opportunities that can open for you. Every plan you adopt in your endeavor to accumulate wealth should be the joint creation of yourself and every other member of your mastermind group. You may originate your own plans, either in a whole or in part, but see that those plans are checked and approved by the members of your mastermind alliance. If the first plan which you adopt does not work successfully, replace it with a new plan. If this new plan fails to work, replace it in turn with still another, and so on, until you find a plan which does work. Right here is the point at which the majority of men meet with failure because of their lack of persistence in creating new plans and to take the place of those which fail. The most intelligent men living cannot succeed in accumulating money, nor in any other undertaking without plans which are practicable and workable. Just keep this fact in mind. And remember, when your plans fail, that temporary defeat is not a permanent failure. It may only mean that your plans have not been sound. Build other plans or start all over again. But never give up just because you failed one time. Plans are supposed to fail. You might have to redo something here to make it work. You might have to bump your head. But when you give up, that's when you really lose it. So never give up is the moral of the story on your journey. And also make sure, again, always be willing to listen. Always be willing to take from your elders or people that have done whatever your plan or plans or goal is as you strive to get to what you're trying to accumulate, right? All right, so that's our show for tonight. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on the book Think and Grow Rich and the Law of Success by author Napoleon Hill. It's a great book, wonderful book. It should be in every person's personal library. Definitely make sure you study it a little bit, man. Read a little bit here or there. Again, here at Coffee Talk Podcast, we really push for literature. We really want to start to decrease that statistic that we only have third and fourth grade reading levels. We really want to go ahead and encourage everybody that it's cool to read, man. It's culture, it's hip hop. It's cool to read. It's cool to study. It's cool to be smart. It's cool to be intelligent. It's cool to be righteous. All right. So this is Coffee Talk Podcast. Make sure that you take a moment to say what's up, throw up the peace sign, say greetings, salam, peace, welcome, whatever you want to do. Also, let us know what the flavor is tonight, what you sipping on. Again, tonight's flavor was just some straight up hot chocolate. That's the same time we've done that twice this week, hot chocolate, because it must be getting cold up here in the north. Also, as a backup, though, get you a nice little, what is this, 9% wine cooler. I ain't going to say the name, but it's vanilla cream crush, and it's definitely fire. So with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you for tuning into our show, Coffee Talk Podcast. I want to hit you with the universal peace, huh? You already know who it is. It's the God, Mashum Saba M. Saba, and this is Coffee Talk Podcast, the cultural variety podcast show. Man, I'll see y'all soon, man. Check us out. What is it? Wednesday night sports night. I'll see you there. Beat me there. All right? All right then. Peace.